What's up, this is Dré Bowman. I work as a producer, composer in the studio, as well as live, either playing bass or programming, running playback for large shows as well. Dangerous gear is definitely an essential part of my workflow, whether I'm working in the studio on the record or I'm running shows live. First piece I had in my studio was the Convert 2, and I was extremely impressed with the sound quality right out of the box. It's probably the one piece that I have to have with me at every session. Even when I go into other studios, I'll throw that in the rack, bring it, say, hey, look, you know, I want to work through this box. So basically what I do is I have my audio interface, 16 outputs going into the Dangerous 2 Bus Plus for my summing. In a normal situation, I'll just let the Dangerous compressor live on the insert, and then I'll just take that out, 2 channels out of the summing mixer, the 2 bus, back into 2 channels of my interface to print back in. But I use my Convert 2 definitely for monitoring, you know, and that's basically the last thing you hear. As far as high-end, top-of-the-line conversion quality, whether you're coming out, which is going to be Convert 2 or Convert 8, or you're tracking in with the new Convert AD Plus, it's simply, to me, the best way to capture and hear your audio. So basically, in the playback rig, you have multiple outputs, so you can play your stems out that work along with the band and the artist as well, out to front of house monitor world. When I went to spec and build that rig, it was a no-brainer for me to throw a couple of the 8-channel versions, the Convert 8s. You know, I said, this thing sounds so good at home. And of course, with playback rigs, we're running multiple stem tracks out and we need more outputs. And I'm happy to say that multiple continents, 50, 60 shows, that they sounded great every night, they worked every night. The construction, of course, all Dangerous gear is built like a tank. No issues whatsoever. They sounded great, they worked great. You want to have the best tools, you know, to give you the best sonic advantage in your workplace, in your workflow, and that's what Dangerous gives me.